Well, I want to continue to clear up this sort of unusual relationship of ontology and metaphysics. Metaphysics could be the historical form of ontology since the development of conceptions of being. Now, it's not as if being as a concept in philosophy has not been around for as long as philosophy. It's the treatment that philosophies end up presenting that has a particular take on being or becoming or any other candidate for ontology. So just to warm up a bit, we note we're looking at the relationship between ontology and metaphysics because in the 20th century a particular ontological concept was presented by a master at hermeneutics and phenomenology, that's Martin Heidegger. And in those two regards, we've got with phenomenology very broad stroke experience, and with hermeneutics we've got very broad stroke language. Where does, say, values sit in all of this? Because I'm wary of the context of values, particularly in a nihilist association, that is, an association in which intellects decide that there is an issue with values, that is, the world tears itself apart on the basis of values, and what's the actual status of values given that we can distinguish so much from them, and not least of all would be human behaviour. Now that values might motivate behaviour does not mean we cannot separate behaviour. But is that only to then add further value or change the values around? So a behaviour from the past may be looked at differently today. So there already we've got a relationship with our historicity. So how we place in our relationships the fact of history's influence upon any element of that relationship. But that's a broader area too. Let's just stick with the idea that in history there has been philosophies that deal with being and becoming, but they are not as articulate as they have been in the 20th century and closer to today. I mentioned Heidegger last time. His teacher Husserl kicked off at the turn of the 20th century quite a significant school, if you like, that handles being in a particular way, but for our purpose here, we're just acknowledging that or a big part of that is the production of Heidegger's philosophy, particularly in being and time and what is metaphysics and Kant and metaphysics. So that's three works that are pretty significant.